few days ago, the ZRG was given a massive buff, moving it closer to the status of being the highest caliber sniper in Verdansk. It now has the highest damage out of any other sniper, but more interesting to me is its new penetration power, which allows it to hit players entirely through most buildings in the game. Now before I discuss how many walls it can hit through, I have to talk about the new damage numbers so that we can understand how hard it hits a player when it travels through a given wall. So after the update, hitting a player in the extremities, meaning the arms or legs, will deal a flat 100 damage. Hit a player in the lower torso and the damage goes up to 125. Now aim a little higher to hit the upper torso and the shots hit for 180 damage. Then comes the neck, really odd thing that Raven added. I'll do my best to color out the area that it covers, so like that. Hit them in this area and it'll deal 215 damage. Lastly, to no surprise whatsoever, hitting a headshot will deal over 200 damage. I went over to the True Game Data website to see what damage other snipers did, and what I found is that there isn't a single one that deals more damage than the ZRG. On all parts of the body, the ZRG hits harder, especially on the upper chest where most snipers deal 112 damage. I even went back and retested this just to make sure. That looks like it hurt. Also, while recording this, I happened to run into someone who watches my videos. We ended up killing each other, and I left the game because I was mad, but after that, he actually joined my Discord to apologize. So, shouts out to this guy. Now moving on, to learn everything there is to know about bullet penetration would be complicated, long-winded, and not very helpful. This is because the damage you deal through walls depends on what material it is, the thickness of it, the angle it's hit from, and of course the weapon you're using. So for my testing, I'm only going to share what I think will help. The first test is using this building in front of me. There's a door, a wall behind it, and then another wall behind that one. I'll be shooting through all three surfaces. For simplicity's sake, my target will be shot in the leg, since I'm bad at math and the 100 extremity damage is easiest to work with. Wooden doors are especially bad at blocking bullets, and because of that the ZRG hits the target and only leaves it with about 2 or 3 health. Therefore we can assume that the bullet did around 97 damage. Now it's time for a concrete wall. I get my target behind it, hit the leg once again, and the ZRG deals roughly 72 damage. Now it's time for 2 concrete walls. I had a small issue finding my target, but once I did, the shot dealt 48 damage, going through 2 concrete walls and a wooden door. At this point, it's safe to say that the ZRG will become a wall hacker's new best friend, although it still loses considerable damage when going through multiple surfaces. Now that brings the question, what about trees? Because in many endgame situations, trees are the only cover a player may have to work with. These are also somewhat difficult to test, as trees aren't the same thickness all the way around. But to be precise, I made sure to hit my target through the middle, giving the bullet the thickest possible width to travel. For leg testing, I was able to consistently hit for 45 damage.